Hi guys. Okay, this week, this video is going to work for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So please make sure you go back each day and refer back to it if you need to. If you want to spend your time and get all of your writing done um, today, that's fine too. So if you want to turn in your Think Up book to page 302, that's going to be where your prompt is actually located in your Think Up book. If you don't have your Think Up book, if you're one of those kids that didn't go grab it, then here it is on the screen for you. I may give you a second to do your notes on your prompt like you're supposed to. So did you cross out the read? Did you cross out the box? Did you cross out the think, and did you circle the write? Because this is what I'm actually writing about. So it says, write about a job you would like to have as an adult. Explain what duties the job requires and why you believe it would be a good job for you. So the next step is going to be my brainstorm, right? I've got to think. What are some jobs that I would want to have? So I went back to being in fourth grade, and the jobs that I could think of that I wanted were a teacher, a singer, a doctor, and a programmer. Obviously, I picked teacher. Let's stop right there for just a second. Your password for your Google form for me is Think Up. Your password for your Google form for me is Think Up. That's going to get you your extra 5 points for watching the video. Now you're going to start making your plan. Do this on notebook paper, guys. I don't need to see this part, but make sure you're doing it. So my plan, I'm going to have an introduction, my first reason, my second reason, and my conclusion. So my introduction is going to look something like this. I remember being a small child with my pencils, crayons, and dolls all lined up in a row. I knew from an early age what I wanted to be when I grew up. Notice I haven't told you what it is yet. I'm drawing you in. My first reason is my grandmother was a teacher. My second reason is I love children, and that's essential to being a teacher. And then my conclusion, it's such a gift to know what you want to be at an early age. I wish that everyone was so lucky. Pause me. Go plan. Okay? Don't move forward until you have your brainstorm and your plan completed. Draft. This is where I'm going to start actually taking that plan and writing it into paragraphs. So here's my introduction. It's the exact same introduction that I wrote on my plan. My first paragraph was about my grandmother, right? Now I've got that developed into a paragraph. My grandmother was an educator. I watched her grade papers, make phone calls, and dedicate her life to kids. I learned at an early age that the duties associated with being a teacher. I worked during my years in public school and college to practice organization, leadership, and compassion that I knew would be important when I had my own classroom. So I have now addressed the duties that the job requires. Okay? The next paragraph is me loving children, and I'm going to address why I believe I would be good for that job. Okay. I love children, and that's essential to being a teacher. I believe that I used the experience that I had in my education to determine what kind of teacher I would be. I used the best parts of each teacher and tried to become a teacher my students would like to have. Okay. Now, my conclusion, it's exactly what I went. It is such a gift to know what you want to be at an early age. I knew from the age of 5 that I wanted to be a teacher. I wish everyone was so lucky. Changed it up just a little bit from my plan. Perfectly okay. Pause me. Take this time to make out your draft. Okay? Really think about what makes you good, what the duties are that the job requires, and why you would be good at that. Revise and edit, adding transitions. Remember, those transitions are going to get me to a higher grade. Okay. Some of you are still just giving me a little bit of writing. I need a good paragraph in each one of those. boxes, okay? So notice I've added here, one of the reasons I wanted to be a teacher is my grandmother was an educator. Notice I added this transition right here, okay? In my second paragraph, when I think of all the duties that come with teaching, the first that comes to mind is I love children, and that's essential. Notice I'm just working with what I have and I'm adding pieces to my writing. Okay? Pause me, go in, make your changes. Have your parents look over it at this point, guys. Have an older sibling look over it. Take your time. Look for spelling mistakes, punctuation mistakes, capitalization mistakes. Last is your final copy. Notice I've gotten everything the way I want it. I'm going to read back over it to myself to make sure it's good, make sure I have it the way I want it. I'm going to go to that Google form. I'm going to type it in, and I'm good to go. Read back over it before you hit enter, though, okay? Have a good day. I can't wait to see what y'all want to be when you grow up.